Hello there. Today we get to take a look at my Pontiac Vibe GT 2005, about 104,000 miles, and this one's actually mine. It's out of my personal collection. I haven't had it all that long. I've had it, shoot, I don't know, 5 months-ish? 4 months, 5 months? And yeah, I picked it up, needed a clutch. It had just about 99,000 miles on it. Did the clutch and flywheel, did a couple other loose ends, and it's time to move on. Time to free up parking space for something else. So let's check it out. Let's go around it. It's not perfect, but considering it's a Pontiac Vibe GT, these were kind of generally treated either as commuters or kind of beaten up and ridden hard. This one does have a few warts, but it's generally very nice, and with just a tick over 100,000 miles. It's kind of saying a lot for one of these. There is some clear coat failing on this front bumper cover, kind of right here and here on this corner. The rest of the bumper's okay. It's got some marks, but it's got this guy here. A couple little, there's a little scrapey with some touch-up paint, some stuff down here, but not too bad, not too worse for the wear. Does have the fog lights, those work. Some rock chips, there's some rock chips on the hood. You can kind of see them here. There's not too many, they're not too terrible, but they're there. And there's a couple of, there's some sap on the hood. There's a couple of spots where maybe some bird-ished sat on here a little bit too long. There's the one right there. All told though, body's very straight. If you look at some of my photos of this car, you might see some that have like a crease in these doors right here. Also a little bit of wavy, some dimples here on this quarter panel, and also one on the deck lid, or the rear hatch. Those are all gone now, as you can see. Good friend of mine, Steve with East Bay Dents out here, very well-respected PDR tech, and he took care of all of those for me. So those are now gone. He really knows what he's doing. He's got 15 plus years on the job, and so those are all done and gone. You can see there used to be one right there too, but it's gone as well. I did replace this bumper. When I got it, the bumper was no major damage, but there was a big crease here. It was really chewed up from people loading stuff in and out of the back. There was, you know, a big scrape on this corner, and so I replaced it, had it painted to match. They did a good job. And there was originally a step pad here that's just adhesive taped onto there. I still have it. I never put it back on, just because I think it looks a lot cleaner without it. It's a heavy textured gray plastic piece. I still have it. That would come with the sale. This is fun. So here's the keys. The little hatch glass popper works. This is the only set of keys I have. I do not have any other ones. So I get one key, one fob. I might make a spare key. And this sweet Pontiac "We Build Driving Excitement" keychain. Doesn't say that, it just says Pontiac, but that comes with it. I also replaced this trim panel just with the used one. The one that was on here had a huge split in it. Looking at some other ones in junkyards, that seems to be a common deal because most of them were cracked and broken. But I got another good one here. Seats do still fold forward just fine. This one, it's popped out a little bit. It should pop right back in. You can see the clip is still good. It just needs to be reset. And the hard plastics are all still good. Also, under this hard plastic's all still good. Try and open this guy up. Spares here, all that fun stuff. It's got this cool little hook, incredibly high tech. Helps keep that guy up. But this is the privacy cover, also high tech. It just catches on these little hooks, and you put that guy out. So that guy's here included, good shape. Factory cargo net, still in its packaging, has never been used. This is more anchors, I think, for that. And I don't know, some extra little GM clippies. I don't know, hook assembly and rope. I think that's probably more for the cargo net. These were on the front seats when I got them. These are, I think, dealer accessory seat covers. They're not in the best of shape. They kind of took one for the team. They kept the front seats in really good shape, but they're a little torn up. But they're both here. They're included. They're kind of fun. They come with it. I'll just stick it there for now. We also have the original window sticker. Pontiac, that's really Toyota. Fuel for the soul. And it's got all the stuff. We've got the navigation system was a whole 1700. Power value group, so that's your power locks and windows and such. I can't imagine a GT without that option group, but apparently you could order manual windows in a GT, which is fun. Leather, 700 bucks. 17-inch wheels, 440. Monotone appearance, so that's painted bumpers and fender flares and stuff. Normally those would be not body color, but those would be textured gray. Looks a lot better like this in my opinion. You know, we were looking at 24,000 and change back when this Batman Majama was new. Delivered to the dealership in Sunnyvale. Pontiac GMC Olds. Boy, I hope they are doing okay, because 3/4 or 2/3 anyways of those brands don't exist anymore, and on and on. I do still also have the some other documentation for this car, including the original audio CD that you can listen to for care and feeding instructions of your brand new Pontiac Vibe. One other thing out here, again, this side is straight too. No dent, paint's in really good shape aside from some of the rock chips on the hood. There is some scraping here. Nothing too crazy, nothing too deep, but there's marks here. Looks like somebody was putting stuff on the roof, using those roof racks, which is good. A little crack in the rubber on the antenna there. You know, I'm being really nitpicky here, but better to do that than the opposite. All right, sorry. Battery on the GoPro died. Where was I? Little mark here. One thing, so these belt moldings here, they've got like a rubberized coating on them, and just like they always have, after some age they tend to fade out. These are a little flat, they're not super shiny, and then sometimes the coating will break and peel off. That's what happened on this front one, but just this front one. I masked it off and just, you know, Rust-Oleum painted it, so it's presentable. If you didn't know, you wouldn't know. It matches pretty well, but the proper fix would be to replace this, which is, I don't know, $180. Didn't seem worth it. This more than gets the job done. Wanted to point that out. Roof is pretty good. There's a couple of dings here on this roof rail though, this pillar right here. You can see paint cracked with some surface rust there from the impact there, but that's really it as far as dings. Everything else body-wise, very, very straight. Scratch here, and then there's some paint worn off from ingress egress here on this plastic rocker molding here. Let's take a trip inside. Super common on these, there's a little plastic or metal clip that's supposed to be on here, and if you pull on this, a lot of times they'll break off and fall into the door. I have a replacement one. You know, when you kind of try and outsmart yourself and you're like, I'm gonna put this in a place where I know I'm not gonna forget where I put it. I forgot where I put it, so I'm gonna find that and get that on here, so this will snap down and hold there. Until then, it likes to pop out. Super common on these. So the seats are definitely in good shape. They've held up well. They have those seat covers on them for a long time. So while there is some creasing here, you know, they're shrunk up a little bit, but overall they're very good. No cuts or anything like that. There's a little, I don't know, stuff on there. Key is in the ignition, hence the beeping. The vinyl side bolster here, just on this seat here. So these are vinyl sections here, and they're splitting, which is not unusual. If you really wanted to, you can have a shop replace just this vinyl patch, or what I would do is there's the vinyl repair guys. They'll, you know, probably charge $100, probably less, to do a vinyl repair here. Or if you want to tackle that yourself, they do have kits to do it. I don't want to hear beeping anymore, so let's check that out. Just a heads up, when I got the car, it was missing the floor mat on this side. I found one that was out of a Matrix with a big hole worn in it. It was free, so I took it. So you get a proper either just another Matrix one or a proper Vibe one. Get one without a hole in it. There is some damage on the carpet here. I don't know who or what or how somebody did that, but they did. There's a spot like this in the back as well. It's not nearly this bad. This is far and away the worst spot on the carpet here. Pretty significant wear there. But guess what? Now it's gone. Nothing to worry about. This works. That pops the trunk. Pop the hood too over here. Check that out. Let's start it. We've got signals, headlights, fog lights. They all work. Dome light, dimmer. Power mirrors. We do have navigation. This little joystick to control it is very touchy. Once you get used to it, you can kind of get it to work. You hear the DVD there going. Screen works. Headlights off. Headlights on. Stereo works.
Yeah, and by the way,
air conditioning works. Here, kick on there. And off. Although I did just notice, literally about 15 minutes ago, there's an intermittent knocking when the AC is on. I don't know if the mic's picking it up. It's barely there now. Give it some throttle, it goes away. AC's off, it goes away. So maybe the clutch on the compressor is on borrowed time, I don't know. But it does blow nice and cold. Recently did an oil change. Headliner, there are some marks in the back, it's not perfect. There's no tears, no sagging, nothing like that, but just, you know, maybe you can use a steam clean. These guys work. This little elastic guy is kind of stretched out, so I just kind of do this and close it in here so it's not hanging loose, it's still there. This side's like that as well. I consider just cutting it off, but you know, it was original, it doesn't bug me. I just do that and it's fine. Shifter works good. It's a tiny bit notchy. I think that's by design. It's basically a Toyota Corolla, so it's got a Toyota Corolla shifter. This guy does work. We've got the 110, 115 volt plug there that does work, and I have used it and it's great. Under the hood. Nothing too fancy here. This guy's missing a clip right there. That'll help hold it in place a little tighter. Just a little Christmas tree push pin. Motor feels healthy. You'll see in the driving part of the video. A little minor scuff there. Windows up and down. Power locks work. Passenger side has got the proper Vibe. Doesn't say GT, the proper Vibe mat. Glove box. Got some service records that have come along with it. I did the airbag recall on it because it was outstanding, so that's done. It's got a fresh oil change. It had at about 94,000 miles. I had, I don't know, it was about an $1,800 general service on it, which is nice. There's one thing, there's got a minor power steering leak. I don't know if it's out of the pump. I think it was out of the pump, but it was noted at, you know, that 94,000 mile inspection. I have not had to put any fluid in it, so it's not a terribly bad leak, but worth noting. And on that service, it also noted that there was some clicking and clunking coming out of the front suspension end links. I haven't noticed any of that, and I've driven this car, you know, almost 4,500 miles, and I've driven it fairly hard on occasion in some twisty roads, and it's no weird noises coming out of the suspension that I've picked up, but there was something noted on there, so just a heads up. You can see there's these little divots here. That's for my kid's child seat that I had back there. That's what that's about. The 4-year-old thinks this is the fastest car in the world, because when he's not used to something revving over 8,000 RPM, that means fast. And it does feel pretty quick. This is what I was talking about on the rear carpet. That's just dusty footprints, ignore that. But that is a little bit of wear there on the carpet. No idea how or why that happened, but that's that. That's pretty much it for this car. Really, everything works. The wheels do have some pretty significant curb damage around the lips. You don't notice it until you're right on top of it, but really all the wheels are like that. The tires are fair. They're certainly not dangerous. This one is not the same brand, it's the same size and everything, but it's not the same brand as the other ones. And it's a year newer, so I suspect that one was 2017 was the date code on it. These other ones are all 2016. So you can drive home on them, you'll be fine. They're not dangerous, but you know, they're not on the wear bars or wear indicators. They're just fair. There's, you know, I know there's years worth of life left in them, but I personally like to buy new tires on all my cars I buy if I'm gonna have them for a little while. So if that's your plan, I would do just that. Oh, touch a paint spot here. So that is it. We'll go for a drive. If you haven't seen Doug's video on this, my friend and yours, Mr. Doug DeMuro, do that. Go check it out, because he does a review and score on this exact Vibe GT. Of course, catch it live on Cars and Bids. Should be coming up, well, now. So if you're seeing this video, go ahead and hop over to carsandbids.com, check out the auction. But between here and there, let's go for a drive. Shall we? Alrighty, let's take the Vibe for a drive. go back the other way, and that'll be the end of it. Don't think I picked the best place to turn around, but it works. All right, shall we? Okay, well, that's pretty much, yeah, quick, aggressive spin in my personal Pontiac Vibe GT, which you're going to see for sale, well, right now, over on Cars and Bids. Thanks for watching this video. If you haven't had an opportunity to check it out, go see Doug's video. That's Doug DeMuro. His video with this exact car, this Vibe GT, which he was kind enough to drive and give his opinion on. And then, of course, check out the auction over at Cars and Bids. Bid often, bid early. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for hanging out. Do all the YouTube, like, subscribe, fun things like that to see more stuff like this. And thanks for riding along. Cheers.